Counter punch boxing. What's going on YouTube? A quick one. Manny Pacquiao firing, parting ways with Bob Arum and Freddie Roach. Wow, I mean, I didn't see it coming. You know, I figured these two guys would go down in history as the best team ever. You know, they started together and they would finish it together. But Pacquiao, 17 years together. You know, it's almost like a father-like son relationship. I remember the first time I watched Pacquiao on HBO during the Ledwaba fight. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember that. Jim Lampley could barely pronounce his name. He was calling him like Pacquiao. You know, couldn't even pronounce his name. You know, I've been a Pacquiao fan a long time. Took that fight, by the way, on 2 weeks' notice, you know, and Pacquiao was sent there as a sacrificial lamb, right? Ledwaba was a killer in the division. You guys need to go back and watch my breakdown of Pacquiao's entire career. I made like a 30-minute video breaking down his entire career like a year ago, and very, very detailed. But yeah, I went in there with Ledwaba, you know, just destroyed him, and boom, Manny Pacquiao's on the American scene, right? You know, here we are. Yeah, he was fresh meat. But 59 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws, 38 KOs, 8 divisional champ, future Hall of Famer, global icon, senator, politician, father, a boxing superstar, and it's come down to this. I just hope they end his legacy the right way. You know, Pacquiao, he's not a spring chicken anymore. 39 years old, made his professional debut 1995. It was either in January or June, can't remember. You know, in all those years, 17 years with Freddie Roach. Now, I think the problem started back during the Timothy Bradley robbery, okay? Then there was some turmoil in that camp because Pacquiao wasn't taking it serious. You guys remember he was watching the NBA playoff game in the training in his room. He was in the dressing room holding up the judges, and I think there was like a little bit of retaliation because they're like, you know, where's Pacquiao? You know, he came out late, go back and watch it. You know, then Pacquiao went on to make some derogatory comments about homosexuals, and I think that's when Bob Arum kind of turned on him, because we know Bob Arum, you know, he's kind of a, you know, he's to the left, he's a Democrat, he believes in different things than Pacquiao believes in, so I think that's when their relationship started to clash. But ultimately, it comes down to this. Ultimately, it boils down to one thing: there isn't room for Manny Pacquiao in today's boxing, okay? Meaning Bob Arum, Top Rank, and all the others interested want to see Pacquiao pushed out of boxing because boxing needs a new mega star, okay? They need a new pay-per-view cash cow, and I believe that's why they're trying to push Pacquiao out. I've heard other channels talk about it, other respected media people talk about it. I think they're trying to push Manny Pacquiao out, but oddly enough, Pacquiao can draw a bigger crowd than 90% of the current boxers. I mean, who can draw a bigger crowd than Pacquiao? You know, think about it. Canelo, Golovkin, you know, there's only a few. You know, you look at the recent, like, Crawford, you know, his last or only pay-per-view was a complete dud, you know, so, you know, looking at it from a pay-per-view point of view, and that's how these guys look at it, you know, Pacquiao still brings in a huge crowd. So, you know, I don't know. Is he done? Is he? It's such a debatable thing, you know. But anyway, let's get to the story at hand. Pacquiao believes Freddie Roach did a terrible job in the Jeff Horn fight. You know, and I agree, okay? You know, where was the outrage? Where was the protest? Okay, don't you guys remember me screaming and yelling on my channel, you know, why didn't Freddie Roach get up and fight for Manny Pacquiao when he saw what was going on right in front of his eyes, you know, the corrupt officials and all that? He didn't say anything. He was dead silent. Then he goes on an interview immediately after the fight, and he's like, yeah, you know, I thought the judges did a good job. I mean, I made a video. Look, here's the great thing about YouTube. You guys can go back and listen. I talked about it. I made videos about it. You know, it's like Freddie Roach kind of sold him out. You know, it's like, well, you know, but I think Freddie was upset with Manny because, you know, he's not 100% in it. And, you know, Freddie always said, you know, I'll tell Manny when he needs to retire. You know, that was the big thing Freddie Roach always said, is I'll be the one to break it to him. Well, you know, maybe he did, and we don't know. We know Manny Pacquiao will not answer his calls, right? I mean, Freddie Roach has been trying to get a hold of Pacquiao for about a month now, a month and a half, and he won't return his calls. So, you know, and then, you know, another thing, you know, Freddie Roach made light of fighting Jeff Horn. And, you know, here's the thing. It's not that Jeff Horn, to me, was a real threat. It was the politics that Freddie missed out on, right? You know, it was the corruption and the politics glaring Freddie right in the face that he, you know, I think he was just, you know, ignorant to. I still believe that to this day. I think now in hindsight, he realizes the mistakes that he made. But, you know, that was another issue right there. You know, Pacquiao said immediately after the fight on the airplane back to the Philippines that he felt like he got set up. Okay, that was his exact verbiage. I feel like I got set up, and insinuating, well, who? It had to have been Bob Arum. I mean, who else could he tell? You know, he meant, of course he got set up by the Australian, you know, officials, but was there some collusion? That was the mystery. That was the undertone of his comment. Was there some collusion? Now, they're talking about a potential matchup, Lucas Mattysse in Kuala Lumpur, sometime in May or June. Boo Boy will take the official role as trainer. You know, he's going to take over Freddie Roach, his position, along with Roger Fernandez. So basically, you have the media tour going on in March. The fight should be sometime in June. I've heard June 24th. Pacquiao said he'll have his training camp in the middle of April at his own wildcard gym in General Santos City. Then the training will transfer from General Santos City to Manila, May 14th to June 1st. So, you know, basically, you know, here's the thing. How is his legacy going to end? That's all I care about. You know, I'm a huge Pacquiao fan, but I do think it's time to hang it up. You know, I don't know. I mean, it's like, you know, and I said that even back in the Timothy Bradley rematch, right? I was talking about, well, you know, maybe Manny should retire, you know, after the Juan Manuel Marquez knockout, you know, but then he came back and he looked like incredible, you know, against like Rios, and even in the rematch with Bradley in the third fight, he looked incredible, right? You know, then he goes to Australia. Now, yes, there was headbutts and low blows and all these things going on, but, you know, does he still have it left? 39 years old. I mean, the guy, like 20 years in the ring, that's a long time. That's a long time. So I don't know. But look, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Just a quick one, just to highlight the video. You know, Pacquiao basically taking my advice. You know, I said, you know, he needs to do his own thing, make his own path. He's got the power, the money, the everything, go his own way, and, you know, basically get out from underneath Top Rank and their thumb. Because right now, let me add one more little detail that you guys need to know. They have to pay Bob Arum $15 million in order for this fight to even happen. Now, we know Golden Boy Promotion, they promote Lucas Mattysse, so they've all got to come to terms because Pacquiao is still under their thumb. I believe he has like 1 or 2 fights remaining with Top Rank, you know, so, but he's basically just, you know, doing what he wants. You know, he's like, no, I'll have my training camp over here. You know, oh no, we'll have the fight over here. You know, so, and, you know, it's up to, I guess Bob Arum, you know, legally could put a stop to it, but I don't know. I mean, this could get ugly. This could get messy. You know, originally Pacquiao, they wanted him to be on the undercard of Jeff Horn and Terence Crawford. I mean, what an insult. What an insult to boxing. You know, just forget about Pacquiao. Just an insult to boxing alone. You know, so we'll see, you guys. Drop it below. What do you think?